10th plus 2வில் ஒவ்வொரு ஆண்டும் தொடர்ந்து மாநில அளவில் பல சாதனைகளை புரிந்து வரும் நாமக்கல் குறிஞ்சி கல்வி நிறுவனங்களில் CBSE பாடத்திட்டத்தில் சீனியர் செகண்டரி பள்ளியாக தரம் உயர்த்தப்பட்டு IIT நீட் தேர்வுகளுக்கு பல வெற்றியாளர்களை உருவாக்கிய ஆசிரியர்களை முழு நேர ஆசிரியர்களாக பணியமர்த்தப்பட்டு தினம்தோறும் வகுப்புகள் நடைபெறும்.
குறிஞ்சி எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் காவேட்டிப்பட்டி நாமக்கல். Admission in progress. CBSE KG to 12 contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12 contact 9344567484. For online admission log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Dear students, in the last class we have discussed 8 points, okay, and in the last class especially we discussed what is suffering. Dr. Christian Bernard discussing a lot about what is suffering. Okay, so in that he is trying to find out the meaning of suffering. Okay, for that he is trying to tell us many examples, especially examples from his own life. Okay, so he is trying to tell us all the example only from his life. And let's see the 9th point. Okay, what is trying to say in the 9th point? They put on quite a show that day, judging by the laughter and shouts of encouragement from the rest of the patients. It was a much better entertainment than anything anyone puts on at the Indian Police 500 car race. There was a grand finale of scattered plates and silverware before the nurse and ward sister caught up with them, scolded them and put them back to bed. Now in the last class we saw there is two characters introduced in this lesson, and he saw these characters in the hospital. Okay, in the hospital he saw, and the name of the hospital is Red Cross Children's, and it was there in Grand Prix of Cape Towns. So Red Cross Children's Hospital. Dr. Christian Bernard went to that hospital, and he saw a race which was held by two children. Okay, that is by mechanic and the driver, and there were the two boys, okay, who drew the trolley, and we saw that a nurse left unattended trolley, especially breakfast trolley, in the hospital in the ward, and she went, and nobody attended that and nobody noticed the trolley. Now what did these two people did? They took the trolley, okay, they wanted to have a race. Okay, so what happened? They decided, okay, to drive this trolley. So what happened? They chose. The mechanic provided motor power of galloping. So the mechanic was behind the trolley, okay, and the driver was before the trolley. Okay, so the driver had only one arm, and the mechanic who was there behind the trolley was a blind. Okay, when you see in the textbook, the picture is drawn wrongly. Okay, the picture of the children are drawn wrongly. Okay, so don't be confused in that. Okay, concentrate on the text only. So now the mechanic is behind the trolley, the driver is before the trolley. Okay, they both were there. So they put up on quite a show that day. That was a quite good show. Okay, to see in a circus. Okay, when you go to the circus, they will have a very good show to have an entertainment. In the same manner, this mechanic and the driver showed a very good show. That is a race. That is judging by the laughter and shouts of encouragement from the rest of the patients. So all the patients are looking at this race held by the mechanic and the driver, and judging by the laughter, all the patients, okay, patients were laughing and shouting and encouraging them. Come on mechanic, come on driver. So they were shouting like anything and encouraging both the boys to make this race faster. It was a much better entertainment than anything anyone puts up on an Indian police 500 car race. And he compares, Christian Bernard compares, saying that comparing to this race, okay, driven by the mechanic and the driver, it is not equal to Indian police having a 500 cars in the race. And it is not a better entertainment when you see Indian police having a 500 cars for race. And which is more entertained? It is the race held by the mechanic and the driver was very much entertaining to all the patients, and they were shouting and laughing and clapping for these boys. There was a grand finale of scattered plates and silverware before the nurse and ward sister caught up with them. So when they had a race for faster, and the plates which are there on the trolley and the silverware were scattered. Scattered means what? Spreading everywhere. So all the plates were spread in different places. So it looked like a grand finale of the race. So when they had a finale and the plates were moved, spread everywhere, and the silverware means vessels which are there on the trolley were scattered everywhere. And who were seeing that? The nurse and the ward sister were seeing that, and they came and caught both of them and scolded them, okay, and put them back to the bed, okay. And they both, the sister and nurse, came and shouted at these two boys, what you are doing? You are spoiling all the equipments and all the vessels, okay, you are breaking the vessels and plates, okay, why do you do all those things? Why are you so mischievous? So the nurse and the sister scolded them and put all these two children again on the bed, okay. So this is the 9th point, okay. Now we are going to see the 10th point. What is the 10th point? Let us see. Let me tell you about these two. The mechanic was all of 7 years old. One night, when his mother and father were drunk, his mother threw a lantern at his father. Mist and the lantern broke over the child's head and shoulders. He suffered severe 3rd-degree burns on the upper part of his body and lost both his eyes. At the time of the Grand Prix, he was a walking horror with a disfigured face and a long flap of skin hanging from the side of his neck to his body. Now in the 10th and 11th point, what Dr. Christian Bernard is going to say is, how did mechanic became blind, and how did driver lost his one arm? So he is going to tell us the incidents, the accident which happened to both mechanic and the driver. Let us see. So let me tell you. So let me tell you means who is going to tell us? Dr. Christian Bernard is going to tell us these two. Who are these two? The mechanic and the driver. All of 7 years old. So all these, both the drivers and mechanic were 7 years old. One night what happened? His mother and father were drunk. So drunk means what? They have intaken alcohol. Okay, both father and mother were drunk. His mother threw a lantern at his father. What do you mean lantern? It is a lamp. Okay, you can see in the olden days when we did not have a light and all. Okay, in those days they used lantern. Okay, so mother, since both of them were drunk, both were fighting each other, and mother got angry and she threw the lantern at his father. Actually the mother focused on father, but actually that missed. His mother threw a lantern at his father, missed, and the lantern broke over the child's head and shoulders. So what happened? When mother threw the lantern, it missed the father and it hit child's head and broken. The lantern was broken, and the fire which was inside the lantern was on child's head and shoulders. What happened then? He suffered severe third degree burns. What do you mean by third degree? Okay, almost like a 90% of his body was burnt. Okay, and upper part of his body lost both eyes. Okay, so upper part of the body everything burnt, and he lost both his eyes. So this is the incident. Okay, this is the pathetic incident happened in the life of mechanic. That's how he lost his both eyesight. And see, let us see what he says. At the time of the Grand Prix, he was a walking horror with a disfigured face and a long flap of skin hanging from the side of his neck to his body. So when you see a person one who is burnt fully, it is very terrible to see. Can you see a person with the burnt face? How the skin will be? It was like a flapping. Flapping means what? Hanging down. Okay. So when you see at him, it seems that a walking horror. Horror means what? Very terrible. It's like a devil walking in the hospital. And with the disfigured face. What do you mean by disfigured? Okay. Disfigured means spoiled or masked in apparent, which means a very spoiled face. Okay, the face is not in a shape. That is called disfigured. Okay, after burning his face looked very disfigured. So nobody can look at his face. Everybody is afraid to look at his face. And what about the skin? Long flap of skin hanging from side of his neck to his body. So a long flap of skin hanging from his neck to his body. See, when you look at these kind of children or a person, surely nobody likes to see it, isn't it? In the same manner, it happened to the mechanic. Next, what happened to his jaws? As the wound healed around his neck, his lower jaw became crippled in a mass of fibrous tissue. Acid or burnt, when you look at those people, the skin will be very tight. And when the wound is healed means what? Cured. When their skin is cured, around his neck is a lower jaw. When your jaw means what? Below the lips. Okay. So below that, the jaw became crippled. What do you mean by crippled? Crippled means take hold. Like something is pulling. That is called take hold. That is crippled. Okay. So after curing the burnt, that looked like a mass of fibrous tissue. What is this fibrous? Fibrous means a long tubular cell found in muscles. So it's like a tube. Okay, when you look at the healed wound, there is a skin became like a tube hanging between the jaws and the neck. So it was so tight and it was so terrible to see. The only way this little boy could open his mouth was to raise his head. Okay, so when when mechanic wants to open his mouth, okay, when the mechanic wants to open his mouth, what he has to do? He has to raise his head, because he cannot open the mouth looking below. Okay, so that is very painful for him. And then what happened? When I stopped by to see him after the race, he said, we won. And he was laughing. So he had a suffering, though he had a lot of pain and suffering. After that he healed. Okay, and what happened? After the race, the boy said to whom? The doctor, we won, laughing. What he won? Actually they were playing race with a trolley. So after playing that, doctor, we have won the race. Now only Dr. Christian Bernard is pondering over, is reflecting over the thoughts about suffering. What is this suffering? All these children forgot all their sufferings and they were just playing and enjoying themselves and laughing. So that is the 10th point. And next, 11th point. What is going to tell us in 11th point? Let's see. The trolley's driver I knew better. A few years earlier, I had successfully closed a hole in his heart. He had returned to the hospital because he had a malignant tumor of the bone. A few days before the race, his shoulder and arm were amputated. There was little hope of his recovery. After the Grand Prix, he proudly informed me that the trolley's wheels were not properly oiled, but he was a good driver and he had full of confidence in the mechanic. Now we have seen how mechanic was injured and how he became blind. How did he become? His mother threw lantern at his father, and that lantern missed and hit mechanic's head and shoulders. Okay, so that's how he lost the eyesight. That he became a blind. And next, the driver's life story is going to tell us, and how the driver lost his one arm. So he is going to tell us the incident. What is that incident? Let us see. So few years earlier, okay, that is a few years earlier, that is a race, before the race, the trolley's race, I had successfully closed a hole in his heart. Actually, Christian Bernard operated this driver. So there was some problem in the hole of this particular driver. So he had some kind of problem in his heart. Okay. So since he had a problem in his heart, he approached Christian Bernard, and Bernard operated his heart and cured. That's why he says successfully closed a hole. So there was a hole in his heart, he operated and successfully he closed. Okay. Next, what happened? He had returned to the hospital. He had returned to the hospital because he had a malignant tumor of the bone. What is that? He returned to the hospital. See, first he came to hospital and he was operated. Okay. His hole was cured. Okay. Next, again he came to hospital. There was a reason. Why? There was a malignant tumor of bone. What is this malignant? Very harmful. Malignant means harmful. Tumor means was diseased growth in some part of the body. So tumor is a disease growth. The skin grows. Okay. So what happened of the bone? So on the bone there was a kind of a tumor was grown in his body. So that was the second problem. The first problem was hole in the heart. So it was cured. Next he came to the hospital because of malignant tumor. So malignant means very harmful. Okay, and a tumor means what? There is a disease growth in some part of the body. So there was a growth of the skin, okay, in the bone. So there was some kind of problem in the bone. So there was a tumor on his bone. Few days before the race, his shoulder and arm were amputated. What do you mean by amputated? Amputated means cut off by surgical operation. Okay, see how many operations he underwent. Before, a few days before the race, his shoulder and arm amputated, which means what? His shoulder and arms were cut off from his body. So first thing, there was a hole, and next thing, there is a tumor in the bone, and next he has to undergo an operation and amputated his arm and shoulder. And what he says, there was a little hope of his recovery. There was a little hope of recovery. What is means little hope? Only some hope that he will come back, that he will cure, that he will come back and he will be a normal children. That is, there was a very little hope. After the Grand Prix, he proudly informed me that the trolley's wheels were not properly oiled, but he was a good driver. You see, he forgot all his pain and he is informing Christian Bernard that the wheels of the trolleys were not oiled properly. That's why it was not moving properly. But even though it did not move properly, since I was a good driver, I could drive that trolley in proper manner and we have won the race. And he says he had full confidence in the mechanic. A mechanic who was just behind the trolley and pushing the trolley was a blind man. That is a mechanic, and he had a full confidence in mechanic. And okay, see how so courageous this driver is. Though he had underwent almost 3 operations with the heart, and next is the bone, and next is his arms and shoulders were amputated. Even though he had underwent all these pains, he enjoyed himself by racing this trolley, and he had a full of confidence in the mechanic. So that is the 11th point. And let's move on to the 12th point. What is the 12th point? Suddenly I realized that these children had given me a profound lesson in getting on with the business of living. Because the business of living is joy in the real sense of the word, not just something for pleasure, amusement, recreation. The business of living is a celebration of being alive. So now only he realized, what he realized? By looking at these 2 children. Who are these 2 children? The mechanic and the driver. By looking at their attitude, okay, he learnt a profound lesson. So they both gave him profound lesson. What do you mean by profound? Profound means very great lesson. What is a great lesson? That is a lesson with the business of living. What is the business of living? That is living with the suffering, forgetting the suffering and overcoming the suffering. Okay, that is the business of living. And he says, what is the business of living? Business of living means joy. Okay, the joy, the real sense of the world, he says. So being happy is a business of living. And when you say joy, it does not mean that pleasure. Okay, always having a pleaseful things. No. And amusement, what do you mean by amusement? Amusement means what? Entertainment. Recreation means doing habitual, the hobbies. Playing the hobby is called recreation. And business of living is not pleasure, not amusement, not recreation, but the business of living is the celebration of being alive. That is, we have to be happy that we are alive today. You should not be worried. We should not say, oh, I did not have this, I did not have money, I did not have good health. Don't say all those things. Be happy that you are alive. And in the last point, that is the 13th point, he says, I had been looking at suffering from the wrong end. You don't become a better person because you are suffering, but you become a better person because you have experienced suffering. We can't appreciate light if we haven't known darkness, nor can we appreciate warmth if we have never suffered cold. These children showed me that it's not what you have lost that's important. What is important is what you have left. And this is the last point, the 13th point he says from his speech. See, actually all these points are extracted from the speech of Dr. Christian Bernard. Okay, and he says in the 13th point that looking at the suffering from the wrong end. So I have been thinking, what is suffering? And when I look at myself, met with the accident, I am questioning myself, why this happening to me? Why this suffering is to me? So I am questioning myself, and I have been thinking and looking at suffering in the wrong end. And I have been reflecting on this suffering, the meaning of the suffering in the wrong end. That you don't become a better person because you are suffering. Since you are suffering, you don't become a better person, he says. Then how you will become a better person? That you have experienced. Okay, but you become a better person because you have experienced suffering. So there is a difference. When you are suffering itself, you don't become a better person. Then how will you become a better person? That when you experience, when you inhale all this experience in your life and lead your life, then only you will become a better person, he says. And beautifully he says one line, we cannot appreciate light if we have not known the darkness. If we are not in sad mood, we cannot know what is happy. What is joyful, what is happiness, we do not know. So when we suffer only, we will come to know what is happiness, what is enjoyment, what is joyfulness, isn't it? In the same way, if we do not know darkness, we cannot appreciate light. What is trying to say here? If you do not suffer, you cannot lead a happy life. And another example also he gives, if you have never, if nor can we appreciate warmth if we have never suffered cold. So if you are not experienced cold, you cannot appreciate this warmth. Yesterday itself I told you what is warmth. Okay, so two examples he says. If you understand what is darkness, experience darkness only, you can appreciate light. In the same manner, if you do not experience the cold, you cannot appreciate warmth. Okay, these children showed me that it's not what you have lost important. What is important is what you have left. So what he says, forget about all the things you forgot. Forget about all the things you lost. Gone is gone. That's all. You cannot bring back all the things which you lost. Be happy what you left. What is left to you. That is important, he says. That is, it is not important what you have lost. That is important. Okay. So what is important? What is important is what you have left. What is left to you, it is very, very important than what you lost. So that's how you can have a celebration of alive. That's what Dr. Christian Bernard is saying, that if you want to be happy in life, forget about all the things you lost. Be happy what you have, and what is left to you. That's how you can celebrate your life. That is why he entitled this speech as in celebration of being alive. Be happy that you are alive today. You are not dead. You may have lost your wealth, money, everything, but happy that, celebrate that you are alive today. So I hope you have understood all these 13 points. Okay, so that's how the lesson ends here. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.